Tape Deck Media.
My friend Dan, he's got a podcast, cause all comics need a podcast, and nobody had a podcast called The Art of Bombing. So Dan went out and bought a tape deck. Who knows why he bought a tape deck? Podcasts don't get played on tape decks, but Dan is from the 80s. So hey there, all you funny jerks, come talk to Dan about your work. Tell him all about your worst times. It's The Art of Bombing.
Welcome back to an all-new episode of Between Bombs Presents Callbacks, where Larry and myself, Dan, that's you, we call back the most recent episode, and we're back for Season 9, Episode 313 with Joe Scrocca. And we had a pretty amazing conversation. We're a little behind on our schedule. I'm just going to full transparency there. You probably already heard me talk about it in the intro, but yes, we meant to release episodes in August, but we just got busy. So here we are, mid-September, but we're back, baby.
Here we are. We did. That's the thing. We were doing the thing that we're supposed to do, which is go on the road and tell the teehees.
Yeah, right. We were doing our other jobs.
Yeah, so,
the ones that actually pay.
Yeah, we're not making Joe Rogan numbers on this show.
Oh, not yet. I mean, honestly, if we could pull those kind of numbers, I'd probably take this hobby more serious. Hell, even if we could do a quarter of those numbers, I'd take it more serious.
Right? Yeah, a quarter of Rogan's numbers, and I could upgrade my laptop.
Yeah, right. We might need to start a GoFundMe to get Larry a new laptop.
Well, anything within the past, 5 years would be an upgrade.
I feel that. Yeah. Well, it's good to be back. It's good to see you. Good to be recorded.
Hey,
all the
great
things.
To see you, buddy. Great.
How's the road been for you over the summer?
Really, you know what? It's been dandy.
That's great.
Had some great gigs. Had some fun times. So yeah, and we got to do some my first gig at the Second City.
Oh, hell yeah! How was that?
It was fun, dude. It was the great little room. It's so my it's gonna sound like nepotism, but it's not. Larry Smith Sr., also known as Laro, he books the room, and he and I came up in the same area, and so we have stories where he and I have both been booked and mistakenly for the other person.
Oh, that's amazing.
But he's this tall, rail thin African American dude, and I am the exact opposite of that. And so, like, every time we do a show, he and I both have like a story we can tell about the times that we were booked accidentally, and it's great. But good dude, fun room, packs it out every time. Even like I'll be like, "Oh, to the pre-sales," like, and he's like, "Don't worry about pre-sales." He goes, "It'll get packed out," and it was.
That's what you want to hear. Sounds amazing.
So yeah, I got to be on a Second City stage, and
right there,
and not have to pay for it. I didn't have to pay for any classes.
That's jealous. I'm jealous right there.
It was awesome,
man. That's
and
piece
right
of
outside
comedy history right there.
Right outside our showroom was the portrait of the SCTV cast. So I had John Candy staring at me right when I walked in.
I
was like,
beautiful.
There he is.
Oh, I like this for you. I'm so happy for that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
That's great.
How's the road been for you?
Well, it's been good. I headlined a new comedy club in Rapid City, which was great. I had a good time there. The West River Comedy Club. Trevor and his team are doing a fantastic thing out there. Great club. Treat the comics great. I had a great time. And then I had the festival, so that was really keeping me busy with the Laugh Out Loveland. So I haven't been going on the road as much as I would have liked to because I was busy with the festival and everything. But the few road gigs that I did were great. It was good to go to a new comedy club. So that was something that I got to check off of my my goals for the year is to to perform at a new venue. So
Love it.
love it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a fun thing coming up this weekend, actually. When this comes out, I will be back in Sioux Falls, South Dakota as the guest for SuperCon. I'm going to be the roast master, and I'm also doing a comedy show at the convention. We're doing a roast for one of the organizers who's retiring. I'm doing comedy. I have a booth for signing and selling merch, and I'm going to be moderating panels. I'm going to be doing a panel on podcasting as well. So it's going to be a good time.
That's fantastic, buddy.
Yeah, looking
Congratulations.
forward to that. So
That's right up your alley too. That's
it's
that's good
right up
stuff.
my alley. Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't know if you saw because you've been pretty busy and I didn't send it to you, but I will send it to you. I took one of my jokes and wrote a comic strip and commissioned it. So it's an 11 by 17 poster.
Nice,
And
nice.
it is fire. It looks
And
so
because you
good.
had to have a quick turnaround, that's why you didn't ask me to do it, because it would have taken 12 weeks.
Yeah, 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 exactly. I couldn't even get you to schedule a half hour to
Dude,
record a
I
podcast.
know.
There ain't no way I'm gonna put you in charge of an art project for me.
No, no, no.
Not right now.
As long as the words I'd like to commission you. You would? Yeah, there's I have no due date. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank great. Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, all
I'd like
right.
it
Well, let's. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'd like it somewhere between now and a year from now. Can you manage that?
And be like, I'd like it at any time from now and whenever you'd like to be paid.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's
A little motivation in there.
that's the carrot.
Oh, that's funny. And that's a good lead in to one of the topics we want to talk about, and that's doing the research, because obviously I research for artists.
Yep.
You
I love
you
my buddy
gotta,
Larry. I do not like waiting on my buddy Larry.
yeah, exactly. Uh, but yeah, doing the research, yeah, you definitely in comedy, and that's it's kind of a broad, subject or a topic or and a talking point there, but it's in every aspect of comedy. Whether you're looking at festivals, you need to do your due diligence and research those festivals and to find out if if it's a good fit for you, if you'd be a good fit for the festival, all the things involved in going to a festival. When you're booking shows, you got to research, you know who's producing what, and who you should contact, what they're looking for, what their submission process is, because everybody's might be is a little bit different. um yeah, traveling to other comedy scenes, doing your research on where the open mics are. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I mean, it hits everything.
Well, and one of the things that I took away from it, he was talking about doing, like, especially if you're going to do some regional humor,
Mm-hmm.
which, especially when you're on the road, it's a dirty little magic trick that you can pull to make the audience go, "Oh,
Mm-hmm. It's a tool.
yep, it is. It is.
Yep, it's a
It's
tool.
and it works well, especially if you throw it out there in the opener. And everyone's like, "Oh, okay, well, he's familiar with the area. We like him already." Um, but one of the things that popped out is funny because getting ready to talk about this on Dobie Maxwell's page, the Maxwell Method. He brought up doing the research because I've made that mistake. I've made the mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I have a joke where I talk about whatever town. I make a joke and it's a throwaway. I don't need it for the joke, but it works well. Um, and one time I didn't ask the bartender, "Hey, what town should I make fun of?" I chose wrong. And the whole crowd was just like, "Well, that's the nice town. That's where the doctors live." And I was like, "That's the nice one? That's oh my god." Oh, then I'm trying to get them back by making more, and they're like, "No, I don't know why you're making fun of that town. That's a really good little town." And I was like, "Oh."
You're like, oh no.
But Dobie's example was like extremes. He was talking about a guy doing jokes in Wisconsin and made a Dahmer joke, and somebody who had been related to one of the victims was in the audience, and was rushing the stage and
Wow. And
yeah,
another just a quick thought there is it's a good reminder that you don't know who's in the audience and what they've been through or what they're going through.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, part of it,
That-
I have thoughts about that, but that's a topic for another time. But like, just knowing
but yeah.
it's that doing the research, whether it be like you said, or if you're trying to book comedy shows through an area, you look up and see who runs the shows in those areas instead of just trying to pull rooms, snipe rooms. That's always that's the ugliest thing. Is if you've got people that are already established doing shows in the area, then
Oh
at
yeah.
least reach out to them first. And if they go,
Yep.
hey, nah, I don't have, my venues can't do anything. I'm happy to try to help, but otherwise, you know, have at it, my man.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
different.
good point. Especially trying to like approach those venues that are being booked by like because essentially at that point you're poaching it. Even if you're just coming through for one night, it's still a good idea to know
Yep,
if there's a comedy show there already and reach out to whoever's booking that show.
yep. Or,
Yeah.
even if you're like, okay, I see that they have comedy here. I don't know. I can't figure out who runs it. But reaching out to, like, if it's a brewery, just reach out to their Facebook page or whatever.
Yeah, whatever
And
their contact is, and just
yeah,
ask who books it.
yep. Hey, who's running this? Who should I talk to? I'd love to be able to do a show
Yep.
here.
Yep.
And there's the right and wrong way of doing that. But again, it's all about doing that research and whatever that research happens to be in that moment.
Yep, absolutely. No, that's a great talking point. Because like I
I
said,
know.
it goes I know I picked it. Well, one thing didn't change over our hiatus. Larry still got his ego. Maybe even more now.
Yeah, yeah,
Suddenly performs at Second City, and now all of a sudden he's big
yeah,
time.
yeah. There's one thing that anyone's ever looked at, spent any time with me, and they're like, "Well, that guy's got an ego." Larry Smith, what an ego on that guy.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it. Oh man. Well, and this is just we're because we're professionals. We're just going into
Oh,
we're one right into the other. Speaking of doing research, when you do research, you should probably take good notes.
absolutely. That's how you write a
Larry.
segue.
I'm killing Larry with how good my transitions are today.
That's how we segue.
Yep, segue.
I was trying to figure out how we were going to work those things. Well, I know we've
But
talked about it on here. Mine a lot of times my notes are just like, here's a premise, and then
yeah,
the rest of it is going, you'll figure it out.
and
Um,
I'm guilty of this. I need to because especially like if I'm out with friends or like drinking with friends or whatever, and I think of something funny and I take a quick note, then the next day I'm like, I
well,
don't remember what?
I cannot tell you how many
Yeah.
times I've looked through my phone, looked at Nicole, and went, "Do you remember the context for this?" No, I'm going to
Yeah, I need to
erase.
get better at that. And I think what one thing, just thinking about it just now, that I might do is when I think of a note, I might do like a couple sub little notes about, just a couple quick things about it. But
Yeah.
because,
Well,
yeah, because I don't have anybody to ask what the context
oh,
is.
oh, sure. Oh, make me make me feel guilty for having a spouse.
I'm on a roll today.
You are. But like, the good, like, also taking good notes after a set. That's important because that's something that I've been trying to get into the habit of.
Hmm.
Is it regardless of the length of the set, just taking a quick couple notes in my book of, hey, this worked well, this didn't, or going back and rewatching the video and being like, hey, this worked, this didn't. This was a riff. I'm never gonna do it again, so we don't have to worry. Just some quick notes kind of remind you. Oh, hey, there's time there recently. I changed the tone of my voice just slightly on a joke, and it worked so much better than it
Mm-hmm.
had the how many 50 times I've told it before, 100 times I've told it before, however many. I just kind of did a little whatever, just played around with it, and it got such a pop. And I was like, oh, don't forget to write that down as I'm on stage. And then, of course, 3 days later, I'm like, how? Okay, I got to find the video. I got to go and see how I did
Yep.
because I didn't take the good note. Didn't take the
Yep.
time. Um,
Yep.
but also, those good notes are if you're up there and you like throw your napkin down with a couple like, hey, don't forget these. There was a couple weeks ago I was on the road and wrote down blue hat tattoos because that's I was like I'll remember, and I threw the napkin down, and all throughout the show I kept looking at blue hat tattoos. Well, the dude wearing the blue hat had taken it off. And then I'm like, I see some tattoos, but I don't know who's blue hat and so I just did, and the owner of the place was like, oh man, you didn't give Steve a hard time, and I was like, because I couldn't remember anything about Steve. I couldn't.
That's so funny. You took a note and then still couldn't.
No, I was like, yeah, I've lost it. I'm all done. But yeah, it's just well, in like in all aspects, just doing the research, making the good notes on the research,
Yep.
um, and but that's all part of finding your writing process, Dan.
You got there before me. I was waiting for my opportunity to do it because that's where I was gonna go. We just
It,
shared a brain wavelength.
well, I
Probably
saw the
wasn't the first time.
probably not. No, I
Probably
saw
won't
the
be the last time
twinkle in
either.
your eye, and I was like, here we go. But I would tell you, somebody asked
Yep.
me the friend of ours. Actually, I say friend of ours. I don't know if you've met him, Ross Childs. You know Ross?
Oh yeah, I know Ross. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I thought you did, but then I said
Yeah.
it, and I was like, oh no. Friend to everyone, Ross
Oh yeah,
Childs.
he's a delightful human.
Yes, he is. He's a sweetie. But he asked me the other day, so we were just talking about trying to write and this. And he goes, "What is your writing process?" And I was like, "Process."
What? What does the
Uh,
word process mean?
sometimes, sometimes I just kind of find a funny sentence and build a bit around it.
I
But how?
really liked Joe's method when he first started, though, for his writing process,
Yep,
using the whiteboard
yep.
and trying to like organize stuff like that and having it all written out like that, so you could go through and edit that.
M- My
That was something that I think a lot of comedians could benefit from.
one of the things that I appreciated about my. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna drop his name. If anyone listening knows who he is, he's semi-retired from comedy right now. He's concentrating his artistic efforts in different areas. Also, he and his significant other bought a farm, and so there was a lot of work. So he was like, I'm semi-retired, but Josh Freeman, he's just a great joke writer, but all in throughout his apartment, he'd had cork boards and note cards, and he would move the note cards around to help like organize a joke, and then a bigger cork board where he could start organizing sets. And he was also someone that would at an open mic, and you knew what you were going to see until he was like work until he was you were going to see the same probably two jokes
Hmm.
for weeks while he worked on that joke to get the timing and the rhythm and the wording, and he's going to tweak the punchline, he was just so analytical about it, um and the way he could organize it, and that's how his brain worked, was great. You know, I
Yep.
I come up with my, you know, whatever, and then I work it and might change a story, might change story, might change a word here, phrase here, cut it down, maybe add a little something. But I'm not, that process is not how I can do it.
Hmm.
And I've always been a
Yeah,
little
I mean,
jealous of that.
everybody's writing process is going to probably be a little bit different, but I want to just interject real quick with a
Yeah,
quick tip for organization. And I can't remember if a former guest on the podcast talked about this or if it might have actually been in the Maxwell Method of Comedy Facebook group, but using colored note cards and organizing your topics by color. So like if you were doing like like family type jokes, you could put them all on the one color note card, and then all your jokes about jobs on this one, or you could even go, you know, dirty jokes, you know, on a blue note card, clean jokes on a green note card, you know, that kind of thing or
yeah,
whatever. But you can use, you know, the colored note cards to organize your jokes
I like that idea. I
too.
like that a
So
lot.
yeah, again, I don't remember who I it's not my tip. That's not something I came up with, but somebody else was talking about it, and I was like, that's
Well,
amazing.
I have and still do sometimes, will, especially my longer stories that I do, I will write them out word for word and then break them out. Like if I'm finding there's too much lag here, can I cut this? Can I trim it, or do I need to punch it up?
Hmm.
You know, and you know, watching the video and then everything word by word so that I can take it as a script and be like, all right, this section it's unnecessary. Why am move this over here? I think this is a completely different story at this point, you know, and being able to do that. I've done that in the past. Um, but also sometimes my writing process is just me looking at myself and going, all right, you need to write 5 jokes.
Hmm.
You need to
Yeah.
write 5 setup, bridge, punchline. You know,
Yeah.
setup.
Well,
Da,
and
da.
yep, and we've talked about that on here before too. Sometimes even using a writing prompt helps. Like
Yes.
the one that I like to use is a random word generator, and then try to write some one-liners based on that word. But there are also other writing prompts out there just to get your juices flowing, and there's even you can buy a writing journal that is it's just a journal full of writing prompts
Hmm.
just to get your creativity going. So.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it looks. I mean, it looks really cool. I just, you know, again, when Ross was like, "Hey, man, what's your writing process?" and I was like, "Do I have
I have the
one of
same
those?"
reaction when I get asked that question because you and I have a very similar writing process.
Yeah,
We're very similar. Though what the audience doesn't know, what our listeners don't know, and our viewers don't know, even though they're seeing us in two different screens, we are the same person. I
it's
mean,
AI.
look how close together we look.
It's all AI. I'm the AI generated
Yeah,
one.
Larry's the AI version of Dan. And Dan is the AI version of Larry.
Oh no.
Which is what?
Uh
What
no,
is real?
I'm so bothered by all of this. It's
Oh man.
I'm already having some existential crises going on. Now you've done this to me.
Oh
Dang it.
no.
I knew it.
All right. Well, we better get this wrapped up. We want to thank you all for listening and supporting us throughout the years, and that you keep coming back and listening to the podcast. We hope the tips that we share with you and our insight is helping you get better. And we'll be back next week with an all new episode. And until then, get better together.
What?
I don't know, man. I lost it.
You
I
did.
was good all the way to the end.
Hey, you know
All
what?
the way to the end.
You know what? Go back to your whiteboard and your cards, and we'll reorganize it. We'll try again. We'll try again next week.
That's a good plan. We'll try again next time. See you next week, everybody.
Bye.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.